A Japanese company hosts their applications on EC2 instances in the Tokyo region. The company has opened new branches in the US, and the US users are complaining of high latency. What can the company do to reduce latency for the users in the US while minimizing costs? Apply Amazon Connect latency-based routing policy, register a new US domain name to serve the users in the US, build a new data center in the US, and implement a hybrid model. Deploy a new EC2 instances in a region located in the US. Deploying new instances in a region located in the US. Okay. An organization has a large number of technical employees who operate their AWS cloud infrastructure. What does AWS provide to help organize them into teams and then assign the appropriate permissions for each team? Roles, users, user groups, organizations. User groups. A company has decided to migrate its Oracle database to AWS. Which AWS service can help achieve this without negatively impacting the functionality of the source database? OpsWorks database migration service, server migration service, application discovery service. DNS, okay. What are the benefits of having infrastructure hosted in AWS? Increasing speed and agility. There's no need to worry about security, gaining complete control over the physical infrastructure, operating applications on behalf of customers. All of the physical security and most of the data network security are taken care of for you. Okay, A and E. Increase all of the physical security and most of the data network are taken care of. Okay, what is the advantage of AWS recommended practices of decoupling applications? Allows treating an application as a single cohesive unit, reduces interdependency so that failures do not impact other components of the application. Allows updates of any monolithic app quickly and easily, allows tracking of any API call made to any AWS service. Reduces interdependency so that failures do not impact other components of the application. Allowing tracking of any API call made to any AWS is not a direct advantage of decoupling applications. All right. Which of the following helps a customer view the EC2 billing activity for the past month? Budgets, pricing calculator, systems manager, cost and usage reports. Cost and usage reports. What do you gain from setting up consolidated billing for 5 different AWS accounts under another master account? AWS services costs will be reduced to half the original price. The consolidated billing feature is just for organizational purposes. Each AWS account gets volume discounts. Each AWS account gets 5 times the free tier services capacity. Each AWS account gets volume discounts. Volume discounts typically refer to discounts offered for larger volumes or quantities of usage. Okay. What should you do in order to keep the EBS volume safe? Choose 2. Regularly update firmware on EBS devices. Create EBS snapshots. Ensure that EBS data is encrypted at rest. Store backup daily in an external drive. Prevent any unauthorized access to AWS data centers. Create EBS snapshots. Ensure that EBS data is encrypted at rest. Okay, one of the most important AWS best practices to follow is the cloud architecture principle of elasticity. How does this principle improve your architecture's design? By automatically scaling your on-premises resources based on changes in demand. By automatically scaling your AWS resources using elastic load balancers. By reducing interdependencies between application components wherever possible. By automatically provisioning the required AWS resources based on changes in demand. Okay. A startup is operating on limited funds and is extremely concerned about cost overruns. Which of the below options can be used to notify the company when their monthly bill exceeds $2,000? Choose 2. Set up a CloudWatch billing alarm that triggers an SNS notification when the threshold is exceeded. Configure the SES to send billing alerts to their email address on a daily basis. Configure the budget service to alert the company when the threshold is exceeded. Configure CloudTrail to automatically delete all AWS resources when the threshold is exceeded. Configure the Amazon Connect service to alert the company when the threshold is exceeded. Okay, A and C, CloudWatch ability to go off. That triggers an SNS notification. Okay. Which of the following does not belong to the AWS cloud computing models? PaaS, IaaS, SaaS, NAS. Okay, network as a service. Okay, the identification process of an online financial services company requires that new users must complete an online interview with their security team. The completed recorded interviews are only required in the event of a legal issue or regulatory compliance breach. What is the most cost-effective service to store the recorded videos? Intelligence tiering, marketing, Glacier Deep Archive, EBS. Glacier Deep Archive. Hundreds of thousands of DDoS attacks are recorded every month worldwide. What service does AWS provide to help protect AWS from these attacks? Shield, Config, Cognito, WAF, KMS. Shield and WAF. Okay. In order to implement best practices when dealing with a single point of failure, you should attempt to build as much automation as possible in both detecting and reacting to failure. Which of the following AWS services would help? ELB, autoscaling, Athena, ECR, EC2. ELB, autoscaling. All right, let's stop.